If they don't want to give it more ammo, give it about somewhere between 100 to 150 more damage. That might also help. One or the other. Um, or make the explosive radius a little bit greater. So the big problem with the Mutiny Song, it's literally, it just, you run out of ammo while using it. Like, the most effective way to use it is you use it to hit multiple targets to soften them up, and then you just use the Wraith to clean everything up. It's really more of a softener. Like, it's not a finisher. You can finish stuff with it too, but the Wraith throws out so much more bullets that it's gonna go a lot better. So that's just the issue. It's the detonation radius. If it was like 2.8 or even 3, might make a difference. And also, its end damage is kind of low. Like, it's not really high damage. I understand what they're saying, times 10 you can do about 5,000, but you can miss, so you don't necessarily always hit everything. And I think the max charges should be per gun, not per, not both guns together, because that doesn't make sense. Because, like I said, what I always am bothered by with the Wraith and the Cold Diffusion Constant is the fact that their numbers are representing the total amount of bullets that they can fire from both guns, and the Wraith represents the total amount of bullets firing from each gun. Like, it fires 16 independently each. So to me, they need to up those two guns. Like, this gun can go somewhere between 10 to 12, and for me, I would think, if you're talking about the Mutiny Song, I'm thinking of the least they could possibly go up to is 14, and the max I think they can go is to 20. So really making it actually 10 shots per gun. If you leave the damage that way but you increase the numbers, then you actually are doing something a little bit more effective. Because the only reason I keep saying that is, if you look at a weapon like the Dispatch, because of its volley count, whatever damage you see it's doing, it's times 3. So this thing is doing about 1,000 per shot. So altogether, after you fire 9 shots, you're gonna do about 9,000 to 10,000 damage, right? So that's my point. Like, that's what a heavy rifle is doing. So shouldn't that heavy explosive bullets do a little bit more damage than what we're getting right now? That's all I'm just saying. It seems a little low. That's just what it is. It just seems a little low. Like, it's kind of crazy to have a level 16 Mark um, 4 accelerator that still does way less damage than a rush. That just doesn't make sense. Like, a heavy shouldn't be doing less damage than a primary. I don't understand how that works. They're both rocket launchers. One's a heavy and one's a primary. The primary does more damage than the heavy. Then in reality, that's a heavy, and then the primary, I mean, the heavy is actually a primary. It's just really what it is. This is really a heavy rocket launcher, and this is really uh, a primary one. This, the damage don't match up. That's the thing that's so weird about the guns. The damages don't match up at all. It doesn't make sense. The rush buff was a bit too great. It's off by about 100 to 120 because it's way too strong compared to heavies that it's doing way more than a heavy. Because if you just look at heavy chain guns, look what a heavy chain gun does at level 16. Look at what a primary chain gun does at level 16. It's a big difference. It's almost 100 difference. So I don't know, why would the heavies be doing less damage than the primaries? Yeah, but that's it. Like, here's the funny thing. I know how to use the Mutiny Song. The build that I'm running is a really simple build. It's maximizing your health and your guns. The Wraith gives you a pretty good health bonus of 20. I don't know if I'm using health bonuses on everything else too. Let me check mods. That's using Acolyte. That's not even using health bonuses, but its stats are fantastic. At level 19, the thing's almost a 741, so it's a lot of health. Then if you look at the belt of phasing, same thing at level 19, really high. So those two combined were already giving me almost a bar and a half of health on their own. The two combined almost give me 1400. And then you do 20% on top of that. Let's see the mods. This one has a constitution, so it pushes it up. And then if you look at the stats, because it's double, I get another 30. So like my health jumps up a lot because I'm running protector and I'm running that. So this build is around 5 to 6 bars, even though it's an assassin's build. And then the thing is, when you're this tanky and you have a warden that jumps and that can also give you a shield, and then you have a belt of facing when you roll that also gives you a shield, it makes the build can take a lot of damage. Just today, I ran in between 4 people. I had 6 seconds to go before I could go primal, and I was shooting at them, and I ran into the middle of it. I survived right long enough to hit primal and clear the whole thing out, to prevent them from getting to get an alpha core. So that's how tanky that build is, and it's an assassin's build. And when I'm closer to them, I'm doing more damage. So it works out. It's a strong build that it works in everything. This was the build I was running in 0.7 mostly. It's a running build. You just run all the time. There's no standing still with it. You're moving around all the time with this build. There's no standing still. That's the fastest way to make the build work. And you're always running for ammo. You always got to keep that heavy filled, because when it's not filled, you can still do stuff with the Wraith, but because of its extra damage, you do 2 shots give you about 1,000. Let me see, is it 1,040? No, let me see, it's 14. Let me see, 14 carried to 1, that's gonna be 10. No, it's gonna be about 1,100. 2 shots from that do about 1,000. So you can knock off about 1,000 off everything that you hit with it. If you hit 4 shots with it, you're taking off 2,000. So as weak as people say it is, it's not that weak. It's just that because it's slower than the Wraith, it's better to switch off, like do some initial damage or do some finishing damage, and then let the Wraith do most of the heavy lifting. But that's literally how you play the Mutiny song. I don't know what people are playing the Mutiny song with, that they have so much struggle with it. But logic dictates you play them together. It's not an assassin heavy that you should play with the other assassin thing that pairs with it the best. So it's always weird to me that people are like, oh, it's horrible. It could use more ammo. It could use a little bit more damage. But to say that you can't really do stuff with it, I don't know. Ooh, gotta go. Sorry, folks. Let's not do that. Give me the jump. Give me the jump. Give me the jump. Later, Sunder. And that's why I always love the Warden.
Challenger, show your strength. Double kill.
And because of the health and the Warden,
Challenger, show your strength.
if I had my jump. Yeah, what a lot of people don't realize is it's actually extremely balanced. That's the difference. It's the most balanced heavy in the game. The problem is a lot of the other heavies are too strong. That's why they feel like this feels like trash, because the others are so much stronger. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, they blow things up so easily. That's why, oh, this is trash. No, it's literally probably, I wish more heavies felt like it, but they don't. Most heavies don't feel like that.
A challenger. Show your strength. Triple kill. Quad kill. Undaunted. A setback indeed. You have been
Yeah,
defeated.
it's like the Heretic used to be a 2-hit heavy. I could take out a group of people, but it would take me 2 shots. So that was when health was only half of what it is. So I used to take out groups of people all the time with the Heretic, but it would be 1 shot, half their energy, fire a little bit into them, 2nd shot, kill 3 guys. But it took 2 shots to do it. And this is people with about 3 or 4 bars of health. Now, an Heretic usually with 1 bar can literally decimate 3/4 of your health. So, like, if they hit you a little bit before and then Heretic you, you're dead. That's the difference. It's too strong. So, literally, since 0.7, they've over strengthened the guns. So, the point is, when you nerf down the dispatch and you nerf down the, what do you call it, the Renegade is actually a really strong gun. The dispatch is a really good gun. But compared to the overdone heavies like the Arrivals and the Lumia Arrivals and the Heretics, um, it's they're nightmares because they're super easy to kill stuff with. Like, it's funny, if I play them also, man, the way people be like blowing you up and they feeling good about themselves, when I play that, it's pretty much lights out. It's sort of like not even hard. People just explode. It's not hard to play. If I play my Heretic versus other people too, it's not a hard game. It's super easy to just blow them up. It's too much. 1 shot of a Heretic usually blows up most things. Hey, what's up, Cydrone? It's like I said, it's probably the most balanced heavy in the game. I like it because it's balanced. It's not super strong, but it ain't really weak. In comparison to everything else that's heavy, yeah, it's kind of weak. But it's not because it's bad, it's because everything else is so strong. It's so if you want to get it into the vein of everything else, then you need to give it more ammo and you need to give it a little bit more damage, because then it plays like all the other heavies, broken. But if you reduce some of the damage off the heavies, like by 10%, maybe 15%, you would see that it would probably be one of the top tier heavies, because all the other heavies would then fall in line and be a little bit more realistic. Like, I like the triplane. The triplane, if I fire all 5 shots in the direction of somebody with around 4, maybe even 5, I can actually still kill them. But I have to empty my clip, finish everything off, hit them with all 5. And they don't have to be close. If I can hit them from a distance, if 5 triplane trying plane shots hit you, I usually can kill you. That's actually pretty cool. That means if I catch you point blank, probably 2 or 3 shots can blow you to heck, right? That's neat. But other heavies, it's nothing like that. Other heavies are just sick. Yeah, the demi. Believe it or not, like, to me, the demi loon though, the demi loon has a fun thing. It's distance that makes it stronger or weaker. If you get something really close, it makes all of your shots of the demi loon stick together, and then you can blow something up. So every damage it's doing is being multiplied by 6. But if once the shot starts going out, it spreads. So you can hit multiple targets. So the demi loon is kind of cool. Same thing with the avalanche. The avalanche is kind of cool because it's hitting in a line. Everything can't automatically like just blow you up. Like, if you're in the line, you don't take the damage of all of them. You take the ones that hit you. So the avalanche is kind of cool. The demi loon is kind of cool. the Lumia is stupid. Like I still don't get it as a weapon because high detonation radius, high shot value, like everything about it is weird. It's not really dodgeable. And short of playing a heavy protection build, you ain't dodging that thing. Yeah, like I said, it's my issue with it is I've been playing it for about a day and a half, or I've been playing it since last night and this morning. The combination of the two guns are really strong. It's just that it's not lights out. You're gonna blow up everybody, but you're gonna win a lot of your fights. That's how I see it. It plays well into everything. It's just it needs to be something like this. It needs to be high protection with your stuff. But that's all I'm saying. But I can see it. Like I know I've been playing. They they've tweaked every weapon in this patch. 0.10. The trouble I was having with the code diffusion constant in 0.9 does not exist anymore. If I catch you with all 8 bullets on the on a code diffusion constant, you're dead. Like 3 to 4 health bar, or maybe even a 5 health bar, I could probably kill you with the code diffusion constant, which is kind of weird. But that's what they did. So I think they tweaked the guns a little bit too, because the chain guns lights out. Like if you're talking about like the worst heavies right now, Finlay sucks. Like if you're talking about heavies that are really bad to play, the Finlay is like one of the worst heavies in the game right now. Its spin up is atrocious. It's like the worst spin up I've ever seen. It reminds me of when you first started playing 0.2 and the original Splinter Fate. It spins up like that bad, where you literally have to tap 5 shots out and then hold it down. If not, that thing won't spin up. So I don't know, but I know when I played it the first time I started playing it, it did more damage, or it's faster. Something changed that made it easier to kill people with. Even with that extremely long reload time, I was catching people with the CC without using Primal Fire. Patch before 0.9, I had to hit you with Primal Fire and then hit you with all the CC shots. This new version, I could just hit you with the CC shots and you're dead. Primal Fire is like Flare, extra. If I want to make it happen faster, I only have to use 6 shots or less. That's the change, and I don't know how it changed. Like you can tell the chain guns are completely faster, and they feel way better. Even though they don't do more damage, their speed is so great now that if somebody comes running at you with a code diffusion constant and you're in full spin, they should lose if they're not running power infusion, which allows them to get extra shots in so they can actually do more damage. But in most cases, run out of chain gun, keep making the distance between you and the chain gunner shorter, you're going to lose. Where 3 patches, 2 patches, a patch and a half ago, that's not true. You run out of chain gun, the chain gunner were dead. I don't know how that worked, but that's what was happening. It's not. They don't talk about anything about weapons. They don't talk about anything about anything. I just can tell how they play and what they're doing. I can see they behave differently. That's all I'm noticing. I'm noticing they play differently. They play better than they were playing before. Like the Northern Warmth 0.8 fixed it to the point where I played it for a day and a half after 0.8. Like I'm like, oh my god, this gun's like so good now. I had it at level 12, and it wasn't an automatic death sentence if I didn't have heavy. Where in 0.6, if that gun you didn't have the heretic with you at with heavy ammo, you could not fight a person one-on-one with that gun, and that was very weird. So they fixed that. They fixed the sound on the Lost Dreamer too, because on 0.9 it was super annoying, and now it's still that high pitch thing, but it's not as sharp. It's a little bit duller, so it doesn't sound so damn annoying. Like in 0.9, I hated the way it sounded. I hated playing it. So the patch also doesn't talk about anything about the difference with the weapons. I'm learning to play sniper. It's just I just realized though, you cannot use snipers to take objectives, and half of the game I play is taking objectives, holding objectives by myself. Snipers don't allow you to do that. Well, not a primal eye anyway. I don't have that. My mods don't equip. My mods don't come off at all. My mods stay. As you switch from mass to mass, the mods. Nah, but I haven't had that issue. Whatever I've had on my weapons is exactly what I have. I've had no unequipping issues. That's weird. What are you playing on? It's iOS, right? Nah, objection's the bomb, man. I'm telling you, it's practice. I keep telling people, you want to learn to play the objection. The reason I tell you learn to play the heretic is an easy version of the objection. If you start aiming the heretic at where you want it to hit, you get more kills and you get more control, right? Once you're comfortable with doing that, play bot matches. Play the bot matches with double, what do you call it, sniper, and practice aiming. It's the only way. Anything you want to get good at, you gotta practice. It's not easy to do off the bat, but once you get good at it, it becomes very satisfying. Like shooting people, I was playing a game against someone. I don't remember if it was K9 or somebody else, but I was maybe 2 days ago, and I kept on rolling in. Like they would kill me, and then I would come back out and just snipe them, and snipe them, and snipe them, and snipe them. Is it? I use it, but I was using it until I got stuff for it. Like I got power infusion. I was using it with the sniper. That was interesting. Um, One of the better totems to use with a sniper is onslaught totem. That's pretty good because onslaught totem is literally power infusion without power infusion. I don't think you gain speed, but you do gain damage, and that's really nice. Especially if somebody runs in close to you, your sniper's still doing 10%, or where am I up to now? I'm doing almost 12% more damage, so it's pretty neat. So I like that. I like that totem a lot. Yeah, well. The way it works for me is I have every trinket now, so I've got them all. Abilities, I'm missing 5. I'm short 5 abilities now. Heavies, I'm missing 1. Primaries, I'm missing 4. So I'm almost there. Um, what's happening with my shop is things come in one at a time. My shops are starting to look like this now all the time. And then there's some days, this is what my shop looks like most of the time nowadays. It's going to be one item and four of these random mod packs. Or sometimes just all 5 of them. So that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I mean, bot is the superior sniper trinket. It is. It's sort of like um, if you're talking about trinkets for, where are you? Trinkets for Primalist. This is the superior Primalist trinket. This is only reason this is good is because it gives you health, and it basically has Primalist on it. After that, it sucks. It doesn't work. It doesn't work effectively enough for it to matter. You cannot keep up with primals. Yeah, but I've been working on it. Like the reason my heavies or my primaries are where they are, I made sure when the new shop came out in 0.7, the whole mission was to empty that shop out. When the original essential shop came out, I emptied that shop out. When this one came out, I emptied this shop out. Like it's one of the things I do. I empty the shops out as fast as possible. It's like that's what I'm always looking to do. I'm always trying to clear them out because then you have all the weapons that you might want. That's why also my levels go up faster and my ascension goes up faster. Yeah, that would do it. Like if you missed those, like that's a good 5 months missing. Yeah, that's a good 5 months because that's where I did most of the stuff. Like I got most of it in. that when I was streaming daily, that's when I was building up a lot of this stuff too. And then I started understanding how quests can help me. Shrapton showed a really cool trick, man. Yo, that was crazy. It requires patience, but yeah, you can get 3 dailies, 3 7 weeklies. The weeklies 3 in 1 day. It was insane. Like when he showed it, I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. It's I'm not that patient, but if you have the patience to do it, yeah, it works really well. You can literally just definitely blow up the amount of stuff that you're gonna get, which is pretty neat. I'm gonna play some Eventide because right now Ascension, when this started at 6240 something. So was this one. From 58 to 59, and from 59 to 60 starts around 6,200 and something. So it's 6,200 at these two levels. I believe right before it, this was in 57, 58. It's like they're progressively getting larger and larger per ascension level as you grow. It's getting progressively larger. I think it goes like 200, 300, 1,000, 200. Yeah, like it seems to grow exponentially. So it's gonna get harder and harder to get stuff. So it's pretty interesting. That's pretty good. It's, believe it or not, passing 47 to get where I am right now. That's a pain in the ass. It's You can't even do an ascension a day anymore. It takes me about 2 days now to get an ascension level through. If I don't play a lot in a day, it takes 3. So it's really hard to get the. Once you start going up into the 50s and 60s, it takes a while. Yeah, actually, once I reach level 68, it ain't gonna matter much because I might get the I might get the XP boost also. I might get the XP boost also because then it allows me to get dust all the time. So I'll be getting dust all the time. And then once you start getting dust a lot, you can get it'll be over 100,000 all the time. Cuz like mine is at 90,000 right now, but I've been pushing stuff up. And every time you get a new item, like when I got power infusion, like I had the money to buy it. When I got power infusion uh, about 2 days ago, power infusion actually added 750 ascension points. That was one of the highest ones I've seen. It's that because I'm trying to get some stuff to level 20. I think I got my heretic finally to level 20, but it's getting there. Nah, Arsenal levels 1,165, off by around 13 because of my dupes. If I took about 13 off, that's the true number. Because I don't know what happens with dupes eventually. Those things got to go. I would prefer they come back as dust, but you never know what they're gonna come out as. Um, your ascension level is all of those put together. Because every time you level something up, you're getting ascension points. Every time you win matches, you get ascension points. Every time you buy a mod, you get ascension points. Every time you get a quest and you earn a mod in there, if you see your quest bonus is 30, you're getting a rare. If you see your quest bonus is, I believe, 50 or 60, you're getting an epic. If it's 85, you're getting a legendary. I can actually tell now by the numbers that come up. So that's how you know what you're getting by when the number comes up and you're picking it up. You know what mod you're getting. 50 or 60, it's definitely epic. 30 to 40, it's definitely gonna be rare. Yeah, it's gonna be about 30 is gonna be about rare, and I know 85 is definitely legendary. That I saw. That's a definitely legendary mod. No, they don't. They're not connected that way. That's not how it works. You earn the ascension when you get the mods. You don't earn ascension for sharding them. Holding them is not what's giving you the ascension points. You get them when you get them. You get the points when you get them. Then it's done. Yeah, something like that. But there's also whenever you finish the quest, yeah, that's what they mean. That's pretty much it. Because sometimes if you ever look carefully, if they didn't just make those things disappear sometimes you will finish a Slayer match, and instead of the 45, you get 55, or you might get more because you're earning a mod at the same time. So it gives you the mod you're getting based on that score. And the problem is, since we can't see them half the time, that's why we don't know what they are. Like I'm getting, it's pretty easy. When you play Eventide, you want to score over 10 points at most. You want to win at least two, because if you average that out, you should end. Even if you lose, you're gonna earn over 10, and that's what you're really going for. Because then you're at least getting 150. You're always getting 150. What do you call it? XP points, and it's the fastest way to do it. Actually, my new favorite mode now is actually Flag Hunter. Capture the Flag is my second favorite mode. My new favorite